And now let's join Maggie Linton on Sirius XM Urban View.
Well, welcome back. Later this hour, psychiatrist Dr. Susan Edelman shares wisdom for women to help them find the right mate while feeling better about themselves. Her book is Be Your Own Brand of Sexy. But we begin with some great gift ideas for moms and others. Our guest is David Klar. He is the former rabbi who found his entrepreneurial spirit most recently in gadgets with his company, Just Solutions. Welcome, David.
Hi, Maggie. Thank you so much for having me on.
Well, listen, I am excited to have you on. I love entrepreneurs and inventors. Let's talk about your life, though, because you kind of took a different turn, didn't you?
A little bit of about face, but, I think you're always solving problems just in different ways, right? Rabbis solve problems, different kinds of problems, but, we're still trying to help people in some way, although not in the same vein.
Well, yeah, completely. What got you? Did you always have this inventiveness? Was that always part of you, though?
Absolutely. This is something that, we lived in a small town in New Jersey, and my brother and I used to go to high school baseball games with cans of soda and water and chips and, sell them. We came from a big family. I'm one of 8 kids, and so everyone kind of had to carve their own path, and obviously my parents supported us, but for anything extra we had to make our own living, and so it taught us entrepreneurialism from a very young age, and then my schooling was also boarding school where we went to different countries, like I studied in London for high school and eventually Australia, and so you have to really take care of yourself, and you start looking at opportunities and seeing how you can add value, and even the rabbinical field is a lot about entrepreneurism. I served as a rabbi in Russia and Ukraine for a while as part of my education, and just recognizing needs and filling them, I believe, defines entrepreneurism, and you could find that in so many different capacities and circumstances.
And your whole idea is to keep your products accessible to all.
Absolutely. We don't want a situation where we come up with a great idea that solves a problem that people want, and then they stop in their tracks and say, but look at the price. I can't afford that. We never want that to happen, and so therefore we've gone for price points that are really achievable. As a matter of fact, when we look at we brainstorm once a week with our team of creative people, and we try to examine what problems we should focus on. If we come up with a great idea, but when we come down to it, the price ends up being way too high for what we feel comfortable charging, we won't go forward with that project. We really want things to be achievable, affordable for all.
And as you said, you work with a team. It's not just you out there inventing and discussing. Talk about your team, because you look for those creative folks, don't you?
Absolutely. So when I started, it was me and my bedroom for a while. So it was really just me taking out the garbage and coming up with ideas and, hustling, going to retailers and knocking on doors and asking them to give me a shot. But eventually, you can't do everything yourself, so I tried to focus on, let's say, the overall view and the bigger picture. And I look for people who are really creative and really not just creative, but practical creative. People who understand that coming up with a cool idea isn't enough. It has to be a cool idea that people actually want and need and will appreciate. And that's a big difference. Plenty of people have great ideas, but they never get off their feet because it just doesn't really add value, and people don't need it. So we don't look to just create excess. But so we recognize people like that, either young students when they're looking for experience. And we actually took an intern from NYU at the time, and now she's a core part of our team, and we run everything by each other, and we have another industrial designer and a packaging designer, and we have these meetings, and my brother, who's on our team, who I convinced to leave his Wall Street job to get a real job and join us and really help people for a change. Just kidding. He was doing really great stuff there too. But so we all sit there together and we say, okay, so here's what we're hearing from the market. This is what, our buyer, Bed Bath & Beyond, said customers are really asking for. How can we make this better than anybody else has done before? How can we make it more affordable? How can we make it more fun and more colorful? And so, yes, the people are a very, very core part of what we do. We're a small team, but we're agile, we're quick, we're energetic and excited and passionate, and we've managed to pack a punch, and people probably assume when they see our stuff on the shelf at major retail chains that we must be this, large team. No, we're actually a really small, young company, just been around for a few years, but we're getting, great ideas out there on shelves from A to Z, from concept to reality, at a good price point, in nice packaging that, gets their attention and endears them. So, yes, it's been really exciting.
Yeah, that's the thing. And once you decided you were going to do it, you moved ahead. And I can't tell you, we how often we hear people saying, well, maybe I should, I don't know what I should do, that kind of stuff. And by having a kind of a team concept, it really helps people work through a lot of the bumps that they may normally have within getting their product to the marketplace.
Oh, absolutely. Maggie, I can't tell you how many times in the early days I was just kind of staring off a cliff saying, what am I doing this for? You spend all your savings that you've been carefully putting aside your entire life, and you put it on an idea, a concept, and you don't know if it's going to work, and the retailers are knocking you down because that's their job. They want to be sure that it's kind of survival of the fittest out there. And at some point, if you don't have the right moral support, you just say, can I really continue? Do I have what it takes to go on? And those times, it's really important to have people like my younger brother who said, yes, you can do this. You sacrifice everything not to give up. You got to keep going. And my wife was there by my side. She moved to China with me for 4 months just to be able to understand the business and be able to get it off the ground. And a lot of sacrifice went into it. But if you don't have those people beside you saying you can do this, see it through to the end, I don't know how far I would have come on my own. But yes, ultimately you do have to have the conviction yourself. And if you're not willing to, sacrifice a little bit or a lot, entrepreneurism could be really, really daunting.
Once again, we're talking with David Klar. He is founder of Just Solutions. And check him out, folks. There's a lot of cool products and very inexpensive. They run from about $3 up to about $30, and that's your cutoff point. It seems to be anyway, David.
At this point. Yes.
Yeah, at this point, that's good knowing that you can expand, but again, making it extremely accessible to all. Folks, if anybody has any questions or comments, if you're an entrepreneur out there wondering what you can do or need some guidance, this is a man who can give it. It is 866-801-8255. Once again, it's 866-801-8255. You also have done a couple of products on some of the big TV shows too, haven't you?
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, this past Monday night, we were aired on the Home Shopping Network on HSN with a new product called the EyePockit. It's a very cool concept, and this is a perfect example of how ideas come to fruition. A lot of times people, let's say, go on a trip and they come home and they say, oh, I saw this great product in France. Oh, we should do it here. But they never do because everyone's got their day job and, they get lost in the shuffle. And so a friend of mine was talking to us casually and said, hey, I started using my glasses case to put, my cash and my credit cards, and she showed me what it looked like. And it was like she literally cut a hole in her glasses case. And I said, you know what? That's actually a good idea. We should build on that because what we realize is that when women leave their home in the morning, there are some basic essentials that they need. So, for example, they need their cell phone, they need their credit cards, their cash, their keys, their makeup, and those are the core items, those 5 things. And very often the only option to carry those core items would be a purse. A clutch, if you had a clutch, it wouldn't be big enough to hold your glasses or sunglasses or reading glasses. So we created a glasses case because glasses are primarily what need to be protected. You can shove a lot of things in a little purse, but not glasses. They would get crushed and they would get scratched. So we created a protective hard-shell glasses case with a built-in phone case on the side, which is expandable. So whether you have the iPhone 6 Plus or a regular size phone that's much smaller. It's expandable because it has elastic sides and bottom, so you slip in any size phone and it fits. And then you open it up inside, and there's RFID blocking credit card slots, so they protect your credit cards from thieves who try to scan your information through your pocket or through your bag. It's incredible what people are doing out there. Kind of scary. So we created these RFID blocking credit card slots to prevent that from happening. There's a big spot for your glasses that's protected. There's a pocket inside that has like an accordion design, so it could expand or contract, and that you put your keys in, so your keys or coins from your change don't get mixed in and scratch your glasses. There's an ID window, a mirror, a little makeup area with a crossbody strap and a wristlet. So you really have so many of your core essentials being able to fit in a really small, compact case that looks no more than just a regular glasses case. It's fashionable. So that aired for the first time on the Home Shopping Network on Monday, did extremely well, and they notified us yesterday that they want to go again for a June show, and we want to do a really, really big program for fourth quarter for holiday. So look out for that. It's called the EyePockit, and it's not I as in the iPhone. It's I as in EYE because it's for glasses. So look out for that. Pocket is spelled POCKIT, and you can get that on justsolutionsproducts.com.
Yeah. You know, the thing is, I went in and looked at it, the fact that you offer it in multiple colors, and I keep thinking about the ugly fanny packs that I have been known to carry, as well as others, especially when I travel, because I don't want to carry a great big purse with me, because we're walking around in museums or whatever the case may be. And this is just looks so cool. And it's, again, a great gift for almost anybody, in particular for moms or grandmoms or whatever. You know, Mother's Day's coming up, birthdays, graduation. It is a really cool gift.
It is, and there's nothing else like it, and that's the thing. We're all about things that, we don't want to just come up with something that everybody else has, but, hey, we're 5 cents cheaper, or, well, we're doing it in yellow, too. No, we want to have something that's really cool, that solves a problem that you just can't get everywhere, which is all about, Mother's Day. You want to give something to your mom that's special, that's different, that makes her feel like you didn't just go out there and get her, the same old thing that everyone else gets because they don't feel like being creative enough or going out of their way. So we try to make you not have to go out of your way, but still get something really special and different.
Yeah, very true. Well, I like it.
Well, that's all that matters. At least we have you.
No, I think you're going to have a lot more other people, too. Yeah. I have to tell you, the other thing that you have is the Grab It, the all-purpose double hook.
Yeah.
That is so cool because, again, they had those little hooks that are purse hooks that you're supposed to use when you're sitting at tables and things like that. And so often you still have a coat to hang up. And also, those little purse hooks if you got a little bit too much in your purse, they don't really work well.
That's right. The key, this was an interesting product. It came about because actually one of our customers was saying that the only over-the-drawer or over-the-cabinet hooks that they have on the market are generally metal, and they're single hooks. So what happens with metal hooks is they scratch the surfaces,
right.
And of course they can't be used for the back of a chair. People wouldn't even think to do that. So we created a hook that it's made out of a special material that will not scratch any surface areas, including the back of a chair or a cabinet or a drawer or anything, because that's really important. We've made it kind of transparent color so that it doesn't have to stand out too much. This is not the kind of product it's not a fashion piece. You want it to kind of disappear and do its function. So, whether it be holding your jacket or oven mitts or kitchen towels or whatever it might be that you want to hold. Like, for example, people use it they take shopping bags after they go to the supermarket. Instead of throwing them in the garbage, in order to recycle them, they use them as garbage bags. But the problem is usually they have a nail, and then you have to fiddle with it and, pull the handle open. So this actually holds the bags open. If you look at the product, you can see that the hooks are in a curved shape to actually hold bags open, so you can peel potatoes in there or throw garbage in there without having to open it and close it each time. And so that's how we came up with the product, and then realized that this can be used for so much more. You can put it in the shower over the towel bar and hang a loofah or anything like that. And so people use it. People show us pictures of what they use it for at home, and you'll be shocked at how many different uses you can find for this product. And so that's what we call it, the all-purpose double hook. So yeah, that's a nice little gift and just something useful to have around the home.
And really cheap.
Yes, definitely.
But durable. And
Yeah.
it's the kind of thing that you could actually take with you. And if you know you're going out or whatever the case, you don't have to just use it at home. It's one of those things that you could take with you and easily fit into a decent-sized purse.
Oh, absolutely. It's small. It's extremely lightweight. But as you said, it's very durable considering how lightweight and small it is.
Mm-hmm. Very true. Now, I have to tell you, winter's just finished, and a lot of people are really glad about that. But your inflatable boot shapers is also very cool.
Yeah, so it's interesting. This product sells just as well in springtime than it does in the winter. Now, people right away say, well, why is that? I mean, it's a winter product, right? It's called a boot shaper. But the honest truth is, when people are putting away their boots is when this is most needed.
Yeah, very true.
You don't want to pull it out of the closet back when fall comes along. We don't even want to think about cold times like that coming right now. But they will happen eventually. So let's say September, you're like, okay, let's check out the boots again. If they haven't been properly filled with something like the inflatable boot shapers, the Shape It product we have, very often they're crushed, and they never will again look as new and beautiful as they did before being crushed because they get permanent crease lines. And so this keeps it really in shape so that by the time you are ready for those boots again, they look really good. And, of course, during winter, you could keep it there like you would a shoe tree where, the shoes that you aren't wearing at the time, you put these in there. And the key about this product, there are other boot shapers on the market, but this is by far the most successful inflatable boot shaper on the market. And the key of being inflatable is that it doesn't weigh anything and it doesn't take up space. You could deflate it to the size of your palm. So think about portability. When you're traveling and you put boots in a suitcase, again, they get crushed. You don't want them to get crushed. Another thing you don't want is a heavy boot shaper that gives your suitcase more weight than you already have, which can cost you over $100 in overweight fees. So you want to avoid adding weight, but you also don't want your boots crushed. This is the perfect solution for travel, and it's a great Mother's Day gift. It really is, and we see a lot of success with that for Mother's Day.
Well, I'll tell you, David, I'm so glad I found out about you.
Thank you. Likewise, we're glad you found out about us.
Folks, I highly recommend you go and check them out. It is, he's got some really cool things, but I know I'm going to be buying. And I'll look for you in June on Home Shopping Network. Once again, folks, it is David Klar, and that's Klar. He's founder of Just Solutions. More at his website, justsolutionsproducts.com. That's where you can check all the products out. A number of them come in multiple colors. JustSolutionsProducts.com. He's also on Facebook, and he tweets at JustSolutions1. Thanks, David. Continued success.
Thank you so much, Maggie, for your opportunity.
All right. Coming up, A Woman's Guide to Sexy. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Maggie Linton Show on Sirius XM Urban View. We'll be right back.